What will need to be in my FCA application? Compliance consultant offer fixed price packages that are bespoke to your firm's situation. If you are well prepared, it's likely to be very little. If we have to do a lot of the preparation, the price rises. Let's assume you decide you need some kind of authorization, i.e. some of your activities are deemed within the FCA perimeter. This section is a brief guide to the kind of information that will need to be in your application. We cannot stress enough that for such a critical process which could determine the success or failure of your business for years to come, it's worth getting our specialist advice. Our fixed price plans are extremely popular. Although seemingly counterintuitive, the first thing to decide is whether you actually have a reasonable chance of your application succeeding. To help you, you need to write a very short pre-application business plan. Take an honest, self-critical overview of your business and assess the basics. For example, will you have enough regulatory capital to fulfill the minimum criteria? Is there anything else likely to derail the process before you invest too heavily in the application and the supporting systems and controls? If there is, take steps to mitigate it before you start. Or your application may not be worth the effort and cost. You will need to be crystal clear on your business activities. What exactly are you seeking registration authorization for? Are you sure your activities won't be covered by exemptions? If your application is approved, it will determine the permission you receive from the FCA, so it is very important to get this right up front. Again, taking professional advice on this is critical, as it is not always obvious what is appropriate. The regulator expects you to be ready, willing and organized. We help you do all three, but you have to do your share of the work too. The FCA are thorough in their evaluation of your business. Are your owners and management team fit and proper to run it? If your firm is not UK-owned, does it fulfill the so-called mind and management test? Does your team have sufficient experience to run the business, manage it in compliance with the rules, and be completely accountable for its activities? To assess this, the FCA will look at management's previous experience in a regulated environment and similar business. People may need to be appointed into key roles, for example Compliance Officer, SMF 16, or MLRO, SMF 17, and the FCA will question the experience, qualifications and training of those individuals. And they will assess management's competence based on the aggregate skills of the team members, as well as each individual personally. Finally, you'll need to do a detailed regulatory business plan. Typically there is around 18 to 25 sections required depending on your type of business. Don't worry, we can supply a template. This will involve thinking through your business from an operational perspective. Who are your potential clients and how will you attract and retain them? What systems, controls, processes, people and other resources will you need? Do you have sufficient finances to support your application and the required regulatory? Specialist advice and support on these vital application processes can make all the difference to success or failure. Remember, if your firm needs authorization with the FCA, you have three choices: DIY, not recommended; go on a magical mystery tour with variable costs, not recommended; or call us on 020 709 71434.